Wow. That's that's all I gotta say. Wow. YouTube, how are you doing? It's your boy King Beam, and about 30 minutes ago, I saw Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I went to my local AMC. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what I came home with. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Who else you know doing it like this other than AMC? AMC is the only people who have custom limited edition popcorn tins when you go see the movie. That's why I go to AMC, all right? And they got sweet tea for the free ski, all right? See, you go in, you get a sweet tea when you go see the movie, then when you go out, you refill it and take it home. Anyway, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This movie, it was incredible. Ryan freaking Coogler is wow. He's just a creative mastermind. Now, I know a lot of the times on this channel I talk about, you know, Marvel films and I bash them for the CGI. You know, the acting isn't always as good. I always talk about their forgettable villains. You know, I bash Marvel a lot because it's recently in Phase 4. Marvel movies have not been good, but Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is so great. It surpasses good. It's a great movie. It's not just a great superhero movie. It is a great movie. This is a great film in general. It's fantastic. Not only does it have good writing, but the directing is incredible. The acting is good. I mean, this is a superhero movie, but the acting is so freaking good. The cinematography. Oh my gosh, a Marvel movie had good cinematography. Like, wow. The villain was good. Like, great. You connect with the villain. Like, he has a good backstory. They had a whole scene where they explained how he got his name. His villain origin story is just so good. How? Black Panther: Wakanda Forever has single-handedly saved the MCU. Like, this is the best movie in Phase 4 by far. It might even be in my top 5. I don't know. This was just a great film. The first couple minutes of this are going to be spoiler free, so you don't have to be scared. I will tell you when the spoilers come. The first thing I want to talk about is the directing and the cinematography, because it was just so good. Ryan Coogler, he spends a lot of time like getting intimate with the characters. He puts the camera in the character's face, and he lets like the audience feel the emotions that the characters are feeling. He puts it in their face, and and it's a lot of times when it's like solemn scenes and they're feeling sad, he just puts the camera in their face and you can feel that sadness inside of you. And I love that. There's a thing, I don't know if I talked about it here before, but it's called eye acting. We're not saying anything, but you can see the emotions, and especially in the eyes. And we do that a lot in this film, and it's really good. But there's also like good action shots. Like there's this, it was in the trailer. They're like fighting on like this boat. Like that one scene in the trailer where the Dora Milaje are like jumping like from strings and they're like fighting I think they're called the Tala. I don't know what they're called, but the people that live underwater, they're fighting them right on the boat. There's this really cool scene like in I don't want to spoil. Like, anyway, there's people fighting and the camera is like flipping and moving, and the camera shots are just to die for. They look really cool. The acting, wow, the acting is really, really, really good. Letitia Wright, she outdid herself. There were so many scenes in this movie where she was able to show her acting prowess. She's a great actress. Like, it was like, of course, like, this movie is very emotional. Like, there were a lot of emotional scenes, and she nailed each and every one of them. Like, she did her thing. I don't know the actress's name who plays Riri Williams, but she did a great job. She was fantastic. And of course, Angela Bassett as the queen. I don't know the queen's name. I'm sorry, but she played the queen, and she did a really, 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 really good job. She did fantastic. The acting in this movie is just all around great. The villain, Namor, is so, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna get more into it when I get into the spoiler section, because there's like I can't talk about it without talking about spoilers, but just know Namor is the GOAT. The action scenes in this movie are really good. Bro, like this movie just like it outdoes the first Black Panther in every way. Like everything that I was like, the first Black Panther, because yeah, you know, because if you go watch my other video that I did, I don't know, I did a video talking about how the Phase 4 of Marvel was like bad and like Marvel's like going downhill, and I talked about how it, like everybody was like hyping up the first Black Panther because, you know, it was a like a, what is the word to use here? It was I don't want to use spectacle, but like it was a really good thing to see, you know, fully black cast, you know, like it's you never saw that before. And we as Black people, you know, we were excited, so we were flooding the theaters and going to see the movie over and over again. And I think that our love for our people blinded us from the fact that Black Panther 1 was not the best film. From a filmmaking perspective, it wasn't the best film. And I talked about how like the final battle, meh. And I've talked about on this channel before how final battles, Revenge of the Sith has that's what a final battle should be like. And in this movie, the final battle was, it was so good. It was amazing. In fact, it was fantastic. It was to die for. It was raw. None of that CGI BS. No, this was a real final battle, hand to hand, like toe to toe. We fighting it out to the death. Like this is what a final battle should be like. This movie's just great. I'm about to get into spoilers because I have a lot to talk about. And the stuff that I gotta talk about is dealing with spoilers. But like, you know, if you're on this video and you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch it. Please go watch it. Like this is one of Marvel's best movies of all time, in my humble opinion. Like it's not just a great Marvel movie, it's a great movie. Just okay. Spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I want to talk about Namor first. That whole scene where we learn his backstory and his motivation for being a villain, it's really good. It's really, really good. We talk about how like he was born to you know his mother, and she like took there was like a heart-shaped herb like rock plant thing in the water, and like she drank it, and like she was pregnant with him, and then he like got the powers or whatever. Anyway, his mom died, right? So he wanted to bury her in her homeland, like on the surface world, and when he got there, his people were slaves. And so then, you know, he did what was absolutely necessary. He took down the slave masters and freed his people. And then there was this priest on the ground that was calling him like the child of like I forget what it was, but he was like I think he said like a child with no love, but like in Spanish it translates to Namor. And then because like, oh, wait, is that word? Because amor is love, and like is Namor no love? Yo, I'm like connecting that. I don't know if that's right. My Spanish, I haven't taken a Spanish class since my junior year of high school, so I'm a little rusty on my Spanish. Anyway, we learn like his whole like name and his like backstory and everything, and he's like, I don't want to say relatable is the word to use, but he's an understandable villain because his whole goal is to like take over the entire world, because the colonizers, as we call them in the Black Panther universe, the white people in the world, in the MCU, you know, they have not even in the MCU, like you know, in general, you know, white people have not been so kind to us colored folks, and he wants to take over the world. He wants to stop them because, you know, who are you to, you know, enslave my people? So I'ma just enslave you now. And, you know, like I said, I don't want to call it relatable because, you know, I don't think it's like right to, you know, get like revenge is wrong. Anyway, that's his whole goal, and it's understandable from his point of view. And it's been a while since we've gotten such a well-written villain. I mean, in my opinion, the last well-written villain we got is Thanos. I think Kang can make it there maybe, but like in just like a solo Marvel movie standpoint, the last like actually good villain we got, in my humble opinion, is Thanos. But Namor, he's so good. And like there was this whole underwater scene where they showed like his home, and he was showing Shuri like what he has to protect and why, you know, he's afraid of the people in the surface world. Like, his home is beautiful and he wants to protect his people, and that's why he wants to go to war with the surface world. And he knows that he can beat them because they're more powerful than, you know, any nation on the surface realm, and they, you know, he wants to take over. And I think it's crazy because now at the end of the movie, Wakanda and was it Talakan? I feel like it was Talakan, but they are allies now, and Namor, he still wants to take over the world. So, you know, if push comes to shove, he might have to force Wakanda to do some things that they don't want to do, and that's going to be like, that's going to be a spectacle to see. Now, Shuri, man, oh my gosh, her arc in this movie is so good. Like, so like we start off the film and it's this really heavy hitting scene, and she's like, because T'Challa's dying of some disease, I don't know what it is, but he's dying, and she's trying to replicate the heart-shaped herb so that she can put it in his body and save him. And while she's trying to do it, her mom walks in and she's like, he's gone, and it hits her. And then we start the movie, and she goes through this arc through the movie where she's like, she's doubting like the Wakandan gods, you know, she's doubting their rituals, she's doubting like what her mother's telling her, she's putting her all into science because she's running away from her grief essentially. And she goes through this really good arc of just wanting to take revenge on the world because it's taken so much from her, so she just wants to fight back. And we get a really great scene from my boy Michael B. Jordan, my GOAT, Creed, what's his name in here? Indijaka, what is his actual name? I mean, it's Killmonger. Did he have a, I don't know, but Killmonger was in the movie. He made a cameo. Unfortunately, he is dead. Now, I was hoping that he'd make a cameo in this movie and like become the Black Panther or whatever, and like him and Shuri could work together as like Black Panthers, but he's dead. Because when she took the, she finally at near the end of the movie, she figured out how to replicate the heart-shaped herb that he burned. And when she went into the, when she like did little, you know, when they take the heart-shaped herb, you go in like the spirit realm and you see your ancestors, but she saw him and he was like, you know, you just like me. And she was like, no, I'm not. But he was like, yeah. And he was like, you know, do you want to be like a goody two shoes like T'Challa, or do you have what it takes to get business done like me? And now Shuri, if she had watched King Beam's most recent video on YouTube, she would know that revenge is wrong. But unfortunately, she is not subscribed, and she didn't know that revenge would lead her down a dark path. So if you don't want to be like Shuri, hit that subscribe button so you can get life advice from yours truly. But yeah, she decided that she was going to use this heart-shaped herb to take revenge. And like I was saying earlier, that fight was really raw between her and Namor. Like, they were going like blow to blow, like landing critical hits on each other. And then finally, like, she gets stabbed. Like, she got stabbed like good. And then Namor's about to walk away, and she's like, she mustered up some adrenaline. She said, nah. She blows up this ship, and like, because Namor, he's like from underground and he needed water at this time in the fight, but she just like blew him up, like, and I was just like this was really dark for a Marvel movie. Like, she literally set this dude on fire. She was trying to kill him, and then like right before she did, Ryan Coogler, he did a great job in this movie by showing and not telling. There's like this really good scene where we see Wakanda and then we see Talakan. And we can connect the pieces in our brain that Shuri is seeing, that like her home that means so much to her, her mother that passed, Namor's going through the same thing. His mother's gone, and he has a home that he cares so much for, that he wants to protect. He's just like her in a sense. They're the same, and vengeance has clouded both of their minds, and so she decides not to kill him because it's not the right thing to do. I mean, like I said, if she watched my video, she'd already know that, but she ain't know. But she comes to that conclusion, and it's really, really good. What else do I want to talk about, man? Riri Williams, Ironheart was really cool to see. Oh yeah, I wanted to touch on the fact that there are like all these parts in the movie where like there's like these like fight scenes, right, or like action spectacle parts that are happening in the movie, and there's no music. It's just the raw like sound effects from the fight, and it adds so much. Like, there's no part in this movie where a serious moment is undermined by a stupid MCU joke. Every serious moment is taken to the utmost seriousness, and it's really cool to see. Like, oh my gosh, like the fight, the final battle, there was no music. It was just bah, 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 boom, boom. You know, like, oh, it's just like, this movie is so good, man. And then the ending of the movie, where Shuri, she finally, like, earlier in the film, her mother was showing her this ritual where they burn their mourning garments that they wore to the funeral to, like, say, you know, I'm done with mourning, I'm gonna move on in life and stuff. And earlier in the film, Shuri was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to move on. And then at the end of the movie, after everything's finally over, she decides to oh my gosh, I don't know if I heard that. I just kicked my trash can accident. That was embarrassing. Anyway, she decides to do the ritual, and she burns her mourning garments. And the camera, like I said, the camera gets really intimate, and it just sits there. It sits there, and it watches her cry, and it watches her feel that pain. And we get a montage of T'Challa, and then it goes back to Shuri, tears falling down her eyes. And that made a tear fall down my eyes. And as soon as the tear fell down my eyes, Rihanna starts serenading me with her sweet sounds. Oh my gosh. The ending of this movie was so good. And then, like, the whole, like, you know how Marvel does the little, like, when the credits come on, there's like a thing that I don't know how to describe what's happening. Because, like, you know, like when the credits come on in Endgame, we get the credits, but, like, it's the signatures of all the Avengers. Or in, like, No Way Home, where it was like, you know, you get the little the animated thing with all three Spider-Men. And this one, it was an animated thing, but it was her clothes that were burning in the fire. I thought that was just a really nice touch, because she burned her clothes in the fire, and, like, the credits were like her clothes burning, and then Rihanna is serenading you as it's happening. And it's just a really great thing to see, man. And then the end credits scene, T'Challa has a son with the next king of Wakanda is here. T'Challa has a son, T'Challa Jr. I forgot he has a Haitian name, but he has a son. Him and Nakia, they had a son together, and I'm assuming that he's gonna take over Wakanda when he is old enough, and that is incredible. The MCU is saved, man. The MCU is just saved. I don't know if I have anything else to say. As you can see, I haven't had a lot of time to, like, really sit with the movie and analyze it, because I just saw the movie, but I had to make this movie now because I have so many thoughts. Like, there's so many, this movie's just so good. It's just so good. Like, from a filmmaking perspective, this is a great movie. From a writing perspective, it's great. Marvel needs to make more projects like this. It's like they were like, you know, let's try our luck with this whole humor thing. You know, let's make all our movies funny. You know, let's have a whole bunch of humor. And then they were like, you know, let's make a real movie for once. That's what they decided to do here. They decided to make a real movie, and it's great. This is the second best superhero movie of the year. Now, don't be blinded by nostalgia, folks. Nostalgia. You know, don't be blinded by our sadness. That movie right there, best superhero movie of the year, and you can't tell me wrong. Like, I know the cinematography and filmmaking techniques used in Black Panther were good, but the Batman, that's what I like to call great. But I digress. Go watch it if you haven't. I don't know. I'm batting spoilers, so hopefully you've seen the movie. I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but yeah. Thank you for watching me unload my thoughts here. If you're still here watching the video, thank you. Drop a comment down below. I don't know what I want y'all to drop in the comments, but I don't know. Like, tell me your favorite part in the movie down below. If you're still watching here, do me a favor and comment your favorite part of the movie. Drop a like for me, hit that subscribe button. As you all know, I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by December 31st. I need your help, so let's do it. And yeah, I'm on cloud 9 right now. That was a great movie. I love movies, man, and that was a great one. So yeah, that's in the video. Have a great day, guys. I love you. Peace out.